Welcome to the podcast Friday Feels, brought to you by the Office of Counseling and Wellness at Berkeley College. I'm your host and personal counselor, Sarah Nickerson. Join our journey with Berkeley students as they navigate the challenges of the current pandemic with strength, creativity, and wisdom. New episodes released every Friday. Thanks for listening.
All right. So, Audrey, thank you so much for being on our podcast, Friday Feels. We're really glad to have you.
Thank you.
So usually what we do is we start off by asking the student to just tell us a little bit about yourself. So, anything you want to share, we'd love to hear.
Okay, well, I am from the Woodbridge campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am the Student Government Association president, the
Whoa.
the Fashion Club president, the membership outreach chair for the National Honor Society of Leadership and Success, and I'm also a peer tutor in the Center for Academic Success.
Dang, girl. It sounds like you're super busy.
I'm pretty busy, but I love being busy. I love interacting with so many of the students and getting to know, their goals and aspirations. And I always try to see like what I can do, what my connections can do for them. And I feel like I want to be that person that usually or always has information to share. And any opportunity I have, saying in the fashion world, I always pass it along, especially if it's something that I can't attend myself. I'd rather not have the opportunity to go to waste, but give it to someone who wants it. So
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're somebody who is really good at creating community.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So for you, what has been the biggest challenge about the pandemic for you so far?
I think the biggest challenge for me is not conversing with people. I'm a really big people person, and I love conversing with people, even just like, a passing by, like a hi and goodbye in the hallway. Um,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem normal. And I think that's been the hardest thing. I mean, I've been walking, my dog with my mom and sisters.
Nice.
And I've been, saying hi to the neighbors. So I have some sort of an interaction, but it just seems so weird to me.
Yeah, just having that like being isolated and not having that regular interaction with people all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely been hard. And even if you're like out and about, like if you go to the grocery store, anywhere, it's like everybody has their masks on, so it's like not the same level of conversation that maybe you would normally have.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, has there been any positive changes for you? Like anything that you're surprised by that may have happened as a result of the pandemic?
Um, well, so there's been a few things. So I've noticed that I have more time to complete my assignments and kind of have some me time, like some relaxation time. I've been watching TV. I haven't watched TV since I don't even know when. Because like I have a pretty long commute to school each day. So like by the time I get home, it's like, all right, I have to do work, I have to shower, I have to eat, and I have to go to bed. So there's no like downtime.
Right.
And with this whole pandemic, I've had a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I can actually space out my work. Like I can, start work in the morning and then have like the afternoon to myself and then come back in the evening or vice versa, whichever I want to do, kind of thing. So that's been
Yeah.
one plus. Um, Another plus is I've been exercising a lot. I
Okay.
love health and I love fitness. So for me, I've been trying like different recipes. I've been doing different exercises and I've been researching like different exercises for, to build muscle, to eliminate fat, like those
Nice.
types of things. So
Yeah.
this has been like a learning experience as well, which I'm very happy that I've had the opportunity to have that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, because we have so much more, time at home, we're all trying to find like new hobbies or new ways of being that helps us, that just help us to be able to survive the day to day.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
there anything that you feel like helps you to stay motivated or kind of like keeps you going when you're having a really tough day?
Um, I love being around my family, and like during this pandemic, like yes, there have been days where I've just felt like I don't want to even get out of bed. I don't even want to, do my work today. It's been like, days where I just don't want to do anything. But
Oh
my
yeah, me
family,
too.
yeah, my family, my sisters, my pets, they're my motivation to keep going. And,
Yeah.
and my dad, he's working from home. My
Okay.
twin actually is a vet tech at
Oh
one
wow.
of the vets. Yeah, so she's been working full time, and I'm really proud of her. And she's learning so much because she is studying to be a veterinary technician in college. And
Nice.
this whole pandemic and her becoming a full time worker, she comes home with so many stories, and she loves what she does. So I'm very proud of
Hmm.
her.
Yeah. Even our pets need to be taken care of in the pandemic.
Yes.
That's good. And what did you say? What was your major, or what is it that you're studying?
I am a fashion merchandise and management major.
Nice. Do you know what you'd like to do when you graduate?
I would love to be a fashion marketer for a fashion corporation like LVMH or PVH in New York City, um,
Nice.
or in New Jersey. Yeah, so I'm excited.
That's really cool. Is what kind of helped you to gravitate towards that career path?
Well, when I started Berkeley, I originally wanted to be a buyer for a
Mm.
fashion corporation. And when I was completing my associate's degree and I was completing my internship, I had an assistant buying internship. So I worked with the buyers, and after 15 weeks of experiencing that job field, I realized that it wasn't for me,
Mm.
and I needed something that uh, engaged my creativity.
Mm.
And for me, since I was tutoring marketing and I was doing so much with marketing, I realized, like marketing's like a very creative field. Like you have to think of
Yeah.
something, it has to be like catchy. And for me, I'm like, I really want to do that. That seems like a fun
Mm.
career. So since then, I've been taking fashion courses in addition to marketing courses. So I've had a lot more work to do, but I love every minute of it. I'm learning so much
Mm.
from all of the marketing classes and the fashion classes that I'm taking. So,
Yeah. That's great. It sounds like you have a real creative draw. Like you love creativity.
yes.
That's good. Do you
Thank you.
ever incorporate any of that into self-care, or do you do certain things for self-care? I know sometimes people who are more creative enjoy like painting or drawing, and I was just curious if there was
Um,
anything in there that you do.
for me, I love organizing. Um,
Mm.
so during this pandemic, I have pretty much organized every aspect of my room. Um, and I think it was like, yeah, no, I'm dead serious. I think it was like the third or fourth day of quarantine, my dad came from the bedroom, and all of my furniture in my bedroom was out in the hallway. And my dad was like, "Well, what's going on here?" I'm like, "Oh, I can't stay in my room. We
Yeah.
have to reorganize this. Like, I can't work at home the setup that it is." So he's like, "Okay, we'll deal with this after the markets close." I'm like, "Okay, that works." So,
Nice.
yeah, and my mom and I, we both love organizing. So we have organized every room in the house,
Mm.
every closet, every drawer. So, and I find organizing to be like a stress reliever.
Yeah. Just to
So,
kind of like, yeah, I think it's like sort of a reflection of our brain. Like if we can gain some sort of organization outside of ourselves, then we're going to feel more organized within.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love organizing.
Good. Hey, man, whatever works for you.
Yeah. But I love to sketch and I love
Okay.
like drawing floor plans. So
Mm,
yeah, so before I moved all my furniture back into my room, I like drew a sketch of it. Like this is how I wanted the furniture and stuff
mm,
like that. So it helps me like formulate like a visual representation of what I want,
yeah.
and it makes it more organized and like concrete.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. It's good though that you've found something that works for you and that helps you to feel grounded in your everyday life. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, what sort of encouragement or advice do you have for other Berkeley students who may be having a hard time right now in the pandemic?
Um, I would say to always keep an open mind.
Mm,
Um, I know that during this whole thing, the news is telling us like there's always something different in the news,
yeah.
and for me I used to have the news on all day long. And then it just got to a point where I'm like I feel more depressed when I watch
Yeah.
the news and when I
Mm,
see what is going on, not even just in New Jersey, but like all over the place. And I've now decided like I'm only going to watch it for like 10, 15 minutes in the morning and then
mm,
that's pretty much it.
yeah.
Um because that's how what I would usually do when I was at school.
Yeah.
I would watch it in the morning before I went to commute to school, and then I would come home, watch it a little bit more, and then go to
Mm,
sleep.
yeah.
I would try not to like be glued to it. And my advice to students who are struggling is to kind of take advantage of this time and
Mm,
to try and find like interests, hobbies, things that you wouldn't think otherwise to do. Like I
mm,
know a few students who have like, oh, I've tried, I'm now vegan. Like I tried a whole new diet.
right.
Some people have tried different instruments. So I think that's very cool, trying
Yeah.
to play another instrument. I think that's very interesting. So
Mm,
always keep an open mind and just know that there's a light at the end of this tunnel and we're
yeah.
all going to get through this.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any like practices that help you to feel more balanced if you're starting to feel overwhelmed or anything that helps you?
Um, well, my academic advisor actually, last semester, she taught me how to meditate. So I have been meditating like once or twice a day, depending on how stressful, um, like the workload is for the day. But I also exercise a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I also try to set like daily goals to
Mm,
keep myself motivated. So if I have, all my deadlines are usually Saturday or Monday,
yeah.
but I try to shoot for like, okay, Friday. That's when all my work is going to be done. And so like Monday through Thursday, I have certain assignments that I highlight on like my legal pad of what I have to
Mm,
do. And my goal is to like cross them all off. So
yeah.
a goal like that could keep you motivated and just kind of keep you organized.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and, go for a walk, exercise, things like that, you have the time to do so and you don't feel like overwhelmed,
Mm,
like, oh my God, I have no time to do anything. So
yeah.
that's what I like to do.
Yeah, that's great. I think that having that structure can be really helpful, especially in the pandemic, where it feels like so much of our time is sort of like, it's hard. It's hard to stay organized. It's hard to stay structured. So that's good that you kind of have, some goals that you set out for your week. Do you meditate using a certain app or you just meditate on your own?
I meditate on my own. I usually play like relaxation music in the background. I have a diffuser that I usually use like
Nice.
peppermint or lavender. Yeah. Scents in it. So just kind of make the whole aroma of the room relaxing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like you don't even have to have like relaxation music or things like that in your room. It's
Mm,
almost like you just not you just like, relax, and you just try and tell yourself that, like, you know what, I'm going to take a couple breaths, couple minutes to myself, and just, pretend like everything in the world has just stopped for like 3 or 4 minutes, and you just relax.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times we don't take time to just like come back to our bodies. Like we're so busy either with school or work or Instagram or the internet or TV. And it's really important to be able to take just, even if it's just like 5 minutes a day, to sit with yourself and just breathe. So that's good that you have that practice in place for you.
Yeah, and I have to be honest, if it wasn't for the quarantine, um, I wasn't practicing like meditation. I wasn't taking time for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
So now, like, if things are starting to get back to normal, like, I'm gonna have to like reteach myself. Like, you have to
Yeah.
make time to do all of this. So, but if you're motivated and you want to, be less stressful, you'll take the time. Like, it'll come naturally to you.
Yeah, for sure. So my very last question to you is, what is one or two things that you're looking forward to when the pandemic is over?
Um, so one thing that I'm looking forward to is just seeing everyone again. Um,
Yeah.
I know I've seen my grandparents because of their anniversary and things, but I've been like 6 feet away. I've been at the end of the driveway with a mask on,
Mm,
and I miss hugging and kissing them. I miss hugging and kissing, like, my family members. So, I miss conversing with people. So I'm very looking forward to that. And
yeah.
I'm also looking forward to going back to TJ Maxx and working. Um, I'm someone that loves to work,
Yeah.
so for me, like, I'm tutoring like virtually, but it's not really the same. Like, I'm not touching a textbook, I'm not touching a notebook when I'm tutoring someone. So it's really weird, but I'm really looking forward to like that face to face contact again.
No, of course. Yeah. That makes a
So
lot of sense.
yeah.
It's hard. I feel like, even though I'm so thankful that we have technology and that we can interface with people in different ways remotely, but there is
hmm
truly nothing, it's just not the same as like being with people in their presence and being able to just, see them, talk to them, and touch them. So I definitely get that.
Yeah. I miss
Well,
it.
that's cool. I know, I do too. It's, yeah, it's hard, but hopefully things will go back to somewhat normal soon. But until then, we'll just have to keep pushing through. Um, but I'm really glad that we had you on. I think you offered some really wonderful things for our listeners to think about doing in their own time and ways to kind of push through some of the more difficult moments. So we're really grateful and we thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we wish you the best of luck. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
That's all for now. Join us next week for another episode of Friday Feels. Enjoy your weekend and stay safe. Be well.